These are allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption. And they warrant further investigation by the House of Representatives. That's why today I am directing our House committee to open a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. This logical next step will give our committees the full power to gather all the facts and answers for the American public. That's exactly what we want to know, the answers. I believe the President would want to answer these questions and allegations as well.
It's official. McCarthy is finally buckled, and an impeachment inquiry has been formally filed against the single most corrupt president in our history. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, make sure to share this video with friends and family if you would. We're once again being suppressed by big tech, so I need your help to get the hopeful message of this channel out to as many people as possible. The impeachment inquiry did not come easy. Florida Representative Matt Gaetz basically had to threaten McCarthy that he was going to hold him out of compliance and take away his speakership.
On this very floor in January, the whole world witnessed a historic contest for House Speaker. I rise today to serve notice. Mr. Speaker, you are out of compliance with the agreement that allowed you to assume this role. The path forward for the House of Representatives is to either bring you into immediate total compliance or remove you pursuant to a motion to vacate the chair. We have had no vote on term limits or on balanced budgets as the agreement demanded and required. There's been no full release of the January 6 tapes as you promised. There has been insufficient accountability for the Biden crime family. And instead of cutting spending to raise the debt limit, you relied on budgetary gimmicks and rescissions so that you ultimately ended up serving as the valet to underwrite Biden's debt and advance his spending agenda. Mr. Speaker, you boasted in January that we would use the power of the subpoena and the power of the purse. But here we are, 8 months later, and we haven't even sent the first subpoena to Hunter Biden. That's how you know that the rushed and somewhat rattled performance you just saw from the Speaker isn't real. At this point, during Democrat control over the House of Representatives, they had already brought in Don Jr. 3 times.
So as you can see there, McCarthy is under enormous pressure to basically deliver on the goods he promised last January. Now, for his part, here's how Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman responded to the inquiry.
Ask you about this news that Speaker McCarthy has formally launched an impeachment or has said he's going to.
Oh my God, really? Oh my gosh, it's devastating. Ooh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh no.
So we gotta run back to the office, but
Yeah, that's Pennsylvania's finest there. Boy, oh boy, that's the one and only Uncle Festerman on a lifelong journey looking for his brain, as are the millions of Pennsylvanians who actually voted for him. Absolutely astonishing. Now, the irony in all of this is that it was actually Merrick Garland's obvious and blatant attempt at covering up Joe Biden's crimes, that forced this impeachment inquiry. Legal scholars such as my namesake, Jonathan Turley, have been openly calling for the House to launch a full-fledged impeachment inquiry, and it's ironically because of the blatant cover-ups that the Justice Department has been engaging in. In other words, the preferential sweetheart treatment that Hunter has been getting from Merrick Garland's Injustice Department, as I like to call it, has actually led to an impeachment inquiry into Joe. And this is because, as Turley points out, impeachment inquiries give the House extraordinary investigative powers that can overcome the obstacles, the stonewalling, and the roadblocks that Merrick Garland's corrupt Justice Department has been putting up and surrounding both Joe and Hunter with. Now, the latest, of course, the straw that broke the camel's back was the ridiculous and overtly corrupt appointment of David Weiss as a special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden, because Weiss is the very prosecutor who gave Hunter that sweetheart special deal designed specifically to cover up Joe Biden's criminality. So as you would expect, the appointment was a public relations disaster. There was a ABC poll that found that only 32% of voters expressed any semblance of trust in the integrity and independence of that special investigation, and the vast majority are just laughing at it. So ironically, with the investigative impediments created by the Weiss appointment and by Garland's refusal to expressly extend the special counsel's mandate into the allegations of Biden family influence peddling, Jonathan Turley and others argued that there was no choice but to commence with an impeachment inquiry. That's the only way the House can have the authority to figure out what the hell's going on here with the Biden crime family. And my, oh my, do they have a lot of breaking evidence to investigate and fully uncover. And it goes way beyond the Bidens. But first, many of you have been kind enough to notice that I have lost a few pounds of late. It's true, I've lost over 60 pounds, gang. I tried everything under the sun to lose weight. Nothing worked until I discovered the fantastic nutrition coaching of PhD Weight Loss. PhD Weight Loss is a 100% over-the-phone nutrition and behavior coaching program that I simply could not possibly recommend enough. And you can see the results. I mean, I was able to eat delicious meals all while reaching my weight loss goals in record time. And gang, it was one of the easiest things I ever did. They completely take out all the guesswork behind what, when, and how much to eat. They make the process painless, simple, and as easy as possible. Dr. Ashley Lucas has helped thousands achieve their health goals over the last 15 years. And the best part about PhD is that once you hit your goal weight, your maintenance support is free. So when you need that help readjusting, if you start to gain any of that pesky weight back, there's nothing to worry about. They've got your back. Make sure to click on that link below and join myself as well as thousands of other patriots who are taking back control of our health. We know the demons at Davos want us docile and unhealthy so as to remain complacent against their agenda, but your health goals are very much in reach. Speak to the very people who helped me become my healthiest self by clicking on that link below right now. Now, what makes all of this so complicated, frankly, is because it involves way more than just the Biden crime family. We have compromised agencies all over DC. They're trying to cover up for that crime family. So you got warts stacked upon warts. You got the IRS whistleblowers that came out and revealed corruption, both from within the IRS as well as the Justice Department and the FBI. In terms of a timeline, we now know that in May of 2015, Morgan Stanley reported to the SEC about suspicious transactions involving an investment firm linked to Hunter Biden. In November 2016, the vice president of Morgan Stanley filed a whistleblower complaint flagging suspicious transactions and fraudulent schemes regarding the firm. In October of 2018, Hunter Biden lied on a form stating that he was not addicted to drugs when he purchased a revolver in a Delaware gun shop. That got investigated, but no charges were brought. It was just swept under the rug. Then in the fall of 2018, you had a former federal prosecutor contact the U.S. attorney in New York with Hunter Biden Burisma information. Nothing was done. In November 2018, IRS found payments from Hunter Biden to hookers. Then in December of 2019, the FBI gets the laptop that triggers his tax investigation, which the whistleblowers testified was thwarted by the Justice Department and the FBI. And then in June of 2020, we got the revelation of an FBI-generated FD 1023 form. Those are the forms that special agents fill out to record raw data from confidential human sources. That form claims that the co-founder and CEO of Burisma, the corrupt Ukrainian energy company that Hunter Biden sat on the board of, the CEO of that company stated that he was coerced into paying Biden and his son Hunter $5 million each to shut down a Ukrainian investigation into his company, which, of course, we have Joe Biden admitting to at the Council of Foreign Relations. He refused to give Ukraine $1 billion in aid as vice president until they fired the special prosecutor, a fellow by the name of Victor Shokin, who was investigating the corrupt energy company that Biden's own son, Hunter, sat on the board of. So what we're dealing with here, gang, is not simply a Biden crime family. We're dealing with an entirely corrupt system that worked together with that crime family to cover up those crimes. Now you know why the legacy media is doing everything they possibly can to push back against this impeachment inquiry. We'll talk about the media's role in trying to discredit this impeachment in our next video. But there's so much here, and it's not just the Bidens, but the whole of the corrupt swamp that we could be seeing the biggest scandal ever to rock D.C. Butter your popcorn. Here we go. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.